Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders with Mulestone, who teach very well while this truth from and salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push his word and our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to the many children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, just basically getting on why we go through this thing, or basically why we're in the situation we're in right now, man. Because it's not like it was just a series of random events why we went to slavery. No, it was the reason why we got into that position, why we got into that low estate, man. And when you see it, it's a heavy thing to see, because it was a point when our women, their foot didn't touch the feet of the ground. But now you fast forward a couple thousand years later, it's a such thing called dirty foot project holes, man, which shows you how far we fell as a nation. And it also shows you what happens for the lack of better words when Yahweh Shai is not on our side or not defending us, man. Because if it wasn't for the Lord, man, we would have been taken for the lack of better words, man. If it wasn't for Yahweh Shai, we would be totally taken out, man. Because ultimately, the things that we're going through right now, that's the judgment that the Lord has given unto us. And why he gave us this judgment, because basically we transgressed his laws, man. Let's get this. This is the book of Judith 5, and I'm going to start at verse 20. It's Judith 5 and 20. It says, "Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power." Now, once right here, how do we sin against our power? By breaking the laws, man. Once you go into Deuteronomy 28, 15, what it says what? It says, if you disobey, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it, man. You know, let's go ahead and get it. If I jump back to this Judith, this is the book of Deuteronomy 28, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 15, because again, it's a reason why we got put in this position. Now, Deuteronomy 28 and 15, it says, "But it shall come to pass." And that's how you know it's prophecy, man. It shows you that even though the Lord gave us laws, statutes, commandments, he already knew that we was going to transgress them, man. You know, which shows you that we need the Lord even more, man. Read this again. It says, "But it shall come to pass." And it, it's coming to pass right now. "If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, and to observe to do all his statutes, his commandments and statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So again, that's why we're in this position, because ultimately we did what? We transgressed against the Lord. The Lord, he gave us certain rules to abide by, but as a nation, we didn't abide by them, man. So what the Lord do? Did he just let us go off scot-free? No, he put hell on us, man. Let's go back to this Judith 5 and verse 20 again. "Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, and let us consider that it shall be their ruin." Yes, because even these other nations know, once you separate yourself from the Most High, you separate yourself from your Yahweh Shema Shai, they know it's going to be a feeding frenzy on you, man. You know? Continuing on, it says, "And let us go up, and we shall overcome them." And this is why we was overcome as a nation, because the Lord have threw us out there for the lack of better words. And why did he throw us out there? Because we didn't do what he said to do, man. As a whole. Let's go right here to Daniel 9. I'm going to jump back. It says, "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law." And even, the some of these camps, I'm not going to name no names, but some of these camps say, "Yeah, the law, the law, the law." Man, you cannot keep the law. That's what got us in trouble the first time, man. Read this again. "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice." Yes, the Lord said do it, and we didn't do it because simple things like don't eat pork, or something like, a woman not wearing pants, even though we're in this modern day society, even shaving your beard, laws that you can keep, man. It says, "Therefore, the curse is poured upon us." Yes, the Lord, he put hell on us. Let's go to that word curse, man. Because it says the curse was poured upon us. Once you go into that word pour, that's a violent act, man. You know, let's go to that word curse for first. It's like you. The word curse, it says curse, oath of a covenant. We broke the covenant, curse of the Most High from men. Let's go to the word pour now. Because it says it was poured on us, man. You know, and that's something that for lack of better words, you can't avoid, man. The word pour right here, it says to be poured forth, to drop, or rain, to be poured out, be melting, be molten. Let me see. Right here, it says to flow forth, yes, because the curses is still flowing to this day. You can even go into guys like LeBron James, Shaq, Charles Barkley. Even though they still on this high level, you probably look at them as some type of high level Jake in this society. At the end of the day, they still going through the curses right now, man. Cause let one of them niggas step out of line, man. Esau, he will, put that thing on him, man. He will, for lack of better words, he will unalive them niggas, man. Because they know, for the lack of better words, what's going on. But they refuse to tell the people what's going on. And that's a combination against 2/3 of our people too, man. So let's go back. Because again, it says the curse is going to be poured on us, man. And again, that's one thing you can't avoid, man, unless you got umbrella. Let's say even if you do got an umbrella in the rain, you still gonna get wet. You still gonna get affected by that rain, man. You know, whether you got $1,000,000 or whether you got $5, regardless, if you're an Israelite, you're going to be affected by the curses of Yahweh Shema Shah. It says, therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, it says, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. Yes, we sinned against our power, man. And that's why it was a feeding frenzy for us, man. That's why, for the lack of better words, Yahweh Shah left us out there. Now Elon can make money off us. Ishmael, even Ham is even getting off for the children of Israel being on a low level, man. Moab is exalted over us because while we sinned against our power, man. Go right here, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us. Yes, he said he was going to do it, and it's being made manifest today, man. You know? Because how do we know those words are confirmed? If you read Deuteronomy 28, 15 on down to 68, if none of those things don't apply, you're not even one, then you might be an Edomite, man. Because regardless, wherever you in, wherever, what it's called wealth class or whatever class you're in, whether it be lower class, middle class, or the higher class, whatever class you're in, if you're an Israelite, you're going to be affected by it. Because let's say if Jake got $1,000,000 and own a couple companies, let's say if you go to a convention, hey, they're going to say, what this nigga doing here, man? Let's say if he got his money legit, the first thing they're going to eat in my head, he might be a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way Jake can make it in this society, man. By basically doing evil and unsavory things in front of the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the only way you can make it here, man. But regardless, let's say if you do make it there, you're not going to be there long because the next week you got to do it again. The next week you got to do it again until these devils suck the life out of you, man. You know? Read this again. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges, even the rulers of Israelites, like Farrakhan, even though Farrakhan, he's doing this, that, and that there, how much you want to bet that nigga still going through hell, man? It's an old elite that's handling him. Continuing on, it says, by bringing upon us a great evil, for under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So nobody ever went through what the children of Israel went through. Why? Because we're the princes of the power. We're Yasharada. And, for the lack of better words, when your child get in trouble, let's say if it was a school fight or it was a food fight, you're not going to go to the school and you're going to discipline every child. No, man. You're going to go to the school. You're going to take your child. You're going to bring them home. You're going to bring them to a secluded area. And you're going to chastise them, man. And that's what the Lord is doing with us in a roundabout way, man. Back in the day when you act up in school, your mama come to the school and she whoop your ass. You gotta go back to the classroom and sit down. That's a humbling situation right there, man. But that's the thing that the Lord is doing unto us right now. Let's go ahead and get this real quick. This the book of Baruch. This the book of Baruch 2. And I'm gonna start at Baruch 2 and verse 1. Therefore the Lord hath made good his word which he pronounced against us and against our judges that judge Israel and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah. So like it. Because basically, once you go into it, it's going into these leaders. That's why I say the leaders of these people calls them the air. Because again, you go into Farrakhan. This guy, he have 1 million followers. LeBron James, he have 1 million followers. But the only reason why these guys got your attention because it's really for entertainment. And these guys, they know the truth. We've been plenty of times when, Farrakhan came out and said, that, for the lack of better words, we are the children of Israel. But you're supposed to be a Quran. You're supposed to be a guy that's heavily invested in the Quran. And even in the Quran, it tells you that the children of Israel are the children of the Most High, man. But he's not going to tell you that. He's not going to break it down. He's not going to tell you to return back into your power. Why? Because he's too busy living up in this society. And again, he might have this, that, and the third, but he's still being affected by the curses, man. Farrakhan, he can't. He for lack of better words, he can't get on the space stations with the Edomite, man. It ain't like Jacob's Rothschild got him a bunker in Europe. No, that nigga's still in America, man. Which shows you what level he's on. Let's continue on to verse 2. It says, to bring upon us great plagues, such as never happened under the whole heaven. Yes. Gator bait, nigger ball, even being hung from the tree, the yoke of iron, slavery. That's synonymous with with Jake. They got melanated skin, man. And even the confusion of faces. The ones that scatter abroad, man. They still being affected by the curses, man, because it's a place over there in China. When Jake went over there during the wars, they laid their seed. Hey, guess what? They exited them out in the city. Now they gotta live in the village, man, which shows you what these different nations actually think about our people, man. Let's continue on though. It says, as it came to pass in Jerusalem, according to the thing that were written in the law of Moses. And we read that in Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, man. But again, the comforting part about this truth is we know why we're going through it. Now let's jump over to Baruch 4 and let's go to verse 5. It says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Yeah, so Lord said, hey man, cheer up, man. Because for the lack of better words, it's not like we're going to be in here forever. Let's go some real quick before I go back. This is the book of Isaiah 40, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Isaiah 40 and 1, and it reads, Salah. Yeah, Isaiah 41, it says, comfort ye, my people, saith your power. And how we're being comforted? By the words that's being spoken, by the precepts, man. The understanding of the scriptures, understanding that this is not the end all be all, man. We can flip to the next page and see life, because we're in the valley of the shadow of death right now. Let's continue on though, verse 2. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. Yes, all the hell that we go through, us suffering, bill to bill, day to day, baby mama dropping child support, all that shit. The Lord said, it's gonna stop, man. It's a period of time when that hell is gonna be let up, man. Read this again. It says, cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. Through what? Through the blood of Yahushua. For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Yes, man. So basically, we served out our prison sins. So that's why the Lord said, be of good cheer. Because that's why we're in this situation we're in right now. So going back to Baruch 4 and verse 5 again, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered to your enemies. So this is why we, for lack of better words, went into slavery, man, or got unto this low point, man. Continuing on. It says, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrifices unto devils and not to the Most High. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power. Now, right there, it says up there, it says you're going to the memorial of Israel because we're going to the memorial to Zion, memorial remembrance. Once you go into the word remembrance, we actually remember on where we came from, and that's pleasing unto the Lord. It also tells you in the land of our captivity, we shall seek our power. That's pleasing unto the eyes of Yahweh Shema, us acknowledging our offenses and knowing why we hear Micah 7 and 10, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I sinned against him. Those things are pleasing unto our power. But let's continue on though. It says, you have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up and grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. So basically, we pissed the Lord off, man. So let's go back into this Judah. We have understanding now about why we got into this situation. Why, if we don't have the Lord on our side, we're damned, man. Going back to Judah 5 and 20, it says, now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, we just went through that, us breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's why we can't glorify the law now. We glorify Yahweh Shai. If any man knoweth, if any man glorious, let him glory that he understand and knoweth me. We're not glorifying Leviticus. We're not glorifying Deuteronomy, even though the Lord come in the volume of the book. We're glorifying Yahweh Shai because that's the way to salvation, man. Continuing on. It says, and they sin against their power, let us consider this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by. Right there, it says, if there be no iniquity in their nation. How is there no iniquity in the nation of Israel? Because again, we all come short and fall of the glory of the Most High. We know we're not perfect in the flesh, but the Lord have particular spirits that was predestined for salvation, man. And again, it's not like your salvation is dependent on how many fringes you got on your t-shirt, man. Like you gotta have a t-shirt with 144 golden fringes, and you gotta have 144 threads in those fringes, and then you gotta have a blue ribbon with silk. you know, take this overcome with the fleshly things, but the Lord is looking on the spirit. Psalm 32 and 1. Blessed is he whose transgressions is forgiven. Slacky. It says, blessed is he whose transgressions is forgiven. How was our transgressions was forgiven? Through the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. It says, whose sin is covered. How was our sin covered? Through the blood of Yahweh Shai. Acknowledging that we need him, man. Telling people that, yeah, this is not the way through shooting the hoop. The way is the rock, which is Yahweh Shai. The way is through our Lord and Savior. This is how we're going to be back on top. And this is how we're going to receive comfort, man, through the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. It says, blessed is the man into whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. Right there, it says, in whose spirit, man, there is no guile or deceit. That's what that word guile goes back into. Because a lot of these niggas, they got deceit in them. A lot of these leaders of Israel, they're full of deceit and lies, man. But the Lord, he's raising up new rulers, the true rulers, for the lack of better words, which are the men here in Israel, starting off with the men at Great Millstone, man, who's telling you the right way to serve your Lord, the right way to serve your power, man. And these other people, they don't want you to serve your power correctly because they want to hold on to this corner crown. Let's go ahead and go back. Verse 21, Judah 5 and verse 21. It says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by. These they, Lord, shall defend them. Yes, the Lord, he's going to defend his elect. And that's going to be the benefit of the whole nation of Israel. It says, and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Yes, man. Because everybody know. Once, back in the ancient world, everybody know, man. Once you fuck with the children of Israel, back in the day, they'll bring out the Ark of Covenant, Israel getting hyped, the other nations getting scared. They already knew once the spirit of Yahweh Shai entered unto Israel, they already knew that they lost the battle, man. Once you go into the Ark of the Covenant with Yahweh Shai, he's the Ark of the Covenant today. But again, once that spirit start to rest upon the planet Earth and starting to rest upon particular men and particular spirits, these other nations can just feel in their spirit, man. That for the lack of better words, time is up and their kingdom is going down, man. That's the spirit of the Lord showing you, man. Why we going through here, and what happened when the Lord is on our side and what happened when the Lord is not on our side. Look in the times of slavery. There was a period when the Lord turned his face from us, man. But look at the times when our business came on the scene, when we started waking up and these people started shaking in their boots because we claim our nationality back, man. That's a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing that we're witnessing today, man. And nothing carnal or nothing in the flesh can stop this spiritual movement, man. It's so heavy in the spirit, it actually manifests in the flesh. So yeah, I pray this video is edifying. I want to say, Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash, Shalom, PTA.